Hello, and welcome to another day of English 2. I'm your online teacher, Miss Bear. We have been working on a free speech and social media argument unit. Yesterday, you read about 4 court cases that completely changed the rights that students have in school. And so today, you are going to be engaging in a discussion with your classmates about these court cases and about these texts that you have read that relate to our topic, free speech and social media. As a reminder, this is a Common Lit unit available on Common Lit's website. This is their Unit 6. It is my Unit 4, so don't get confused there. Again, all of the resources for this unit are available on Common Lit's website. So if your teacher needs assistance in finding those resources, they need to go back to my lesson 1 in Unit 4 to find all of the information and how to get to that unit. Today is going to be kind of quick, but again, I do want to remind you of a few things before I send you to have your discussion with your classmates. So our essential question is, how do you convince people that you are right? How do you, in an argument, say, this is what I believe and what I believe is the right way, and if you don't believe it, then tough, and just walk away? No, that's not going to win any arguments. You've got to go in there with some compelling evidence to support that your ideas are the right ideas and that your thoughts are the right thoughts. And so as we read, you're collecting that evidence that supports your position on should students be allowed to punish students for what they write on social media. And that's going to be our end of the unit task. You should have been working on a graphic organizer as we have read text, as we have watched texts, and that graphic organizer is going to be what you use to collect that evidence to support your position. And you're going to need that today as you prepare for a discussion. Before we have the discussion, though, I need to make sure that you have completed all of your vocabulary list 1. You should have completed activities 4 and 5. And so you should have all of them completed by now. We completed the first activity together, and then all the other activities were tacked on to various lessons. So today you're going to finish 4 and 5. I guess when you finish preparing for your discussion, your teacher can decide when for you to finish 4 and 5. But here's the thing, is our next day, tomorrow, is a vocabulary quiz. So make sure that you take all of those activities home and that you study those words and be prepared for the vocabulary quiz tomorrow. So without further ado, let's look at the class discussion. So there's a couple of different resources. There's one for your teachers and there's one for you. On one side, it says 5 ways to have a great class discussion. That is going to give your teacher some different options for that class discussion. They may decide to have a silent discussion where they put posters around the room and you go and you write your thoughts and your ideas down. And you don't talk to anybody. They may have you debate one-on-one. Your teacher may decide that you're going to have an entire discussion with one group that believes that students should be punished and another group shouldn't be punished for their posts on social media, and have you guys battle it out. But this particular resource gives your teachers some options on how to proceed with this discussion. But why do we even have a discussion? Why is this necessary? All writing is a discussion. And we talked about this in the last unit, but when you write an essay, you're having a discussion with someone who can't argue back. Isn't that nice? You get to say all your points and they don't get to have anything to say back to you. So that is all an argument is. And so when you get ready to write, if you've been having these classroom discussions, then you are really prepared to write that essay. Just remember all of those things that you've discussed with your classmates and then write those thoughts down. And then we'll do some revision and all that to make sure it's all polished and it is where it needs to be. But that's what an essay is. Don't get in your head that an essay is hard, because it's not. You guys enjoy discussions. You should enjoy the writing part as much as you enjoy the discussion part, because on the discussion, they get to argue back. So that's only going to strengthen your argument. Now, the other piece of this writing is the class discussion handout that your teacher should give you that will prepare you for the discussion, regardless of how that discussion takes place in your classroom. If you complete that handout, you will be fully prepared for that class discussion. So that is all that I have for you today. You're going to finish your vocabulary, you're going to do your class discussion, and remember that you have a vocabulary quiz tomorrow. So until next time, happy reading.